Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Those are some great turkey actions for sure. Hopefully, anyone who did shoot a turkey saved a little bit for the special day yesterday.
Absolutely. I actually did shoot a turkey this year, if you guys remember, and I kept half of it, and we ate it yesterday on Thanksgiving.
You know, Justin, I'm sitting here like looking at you, staring at, what's all this little fancy bling we got going
My little
here?
bling bling that I got here, yeah, this is, these are actually pretty cool. If you guys are looking, I think, for pretty cool Christmas gifts coming up, these are little cast antler brim clips. You guys can pick them up at metalshedcastantlers.com.
See, that's the disadvantage of me going out hunting a little bit more than Justin is.
True.
All the packages that show up to the office.
All the cool stuff that shows up,
somehow,
I get first dibs.
Yeah, that's real good.
It's only fair. Todd kills the big deer.
Uh-huh.
I get all the gear. Seems fair to me anyways.
Yeah. I'm going to have to call him up and get one of those for myself because that looks pretty cool. But hey, with that being said, hopefully again you had a great Thanksgiving. We got some great hunts lined up here. First off, Justin, who do we got? Who are we jumping in with?
We're going to go visit Paul Morrison over in Ohio. You know, this is Paul's second year with us. He shot a great buck last year, and man, he does
This is a good hunt.
He does it again. He shoots another great one over in Ohio. So let's jump right into his hunt now.
Alrighty guys, welcome to Ohio, November 8th. I just left my house and was driving up the road, and I get a couple miles up the road. I was gonna head to a spot where I shot my doe, where I passed up a really nice 9-point over a scrape with a second angle of a stealth camera angle, and I was gonna hunt that spot because I've had some really good luck in the past there. The past couple weeks been seeing deer, and I get about 3 miles up the road and I realize the wind's not gonna be just perfect for that spot. I'm running a little bit late, and I changed my mind.
There's about 5 different bucks that I've had really good encounters with that I've passed up on. Anywhere from 120s to 135s. Had a great encounter last night over a decoy. A good 9-point came in. Seems like all these deer are about 3-year-old deer that I'm running into. And we're still looking for that 4 or 5-year-old deer. Just keep my fingers crossed and trying to put myself in the best position possible to make it happen. So stay with me. You never know what could show up around the next bend. So, some great deer in this area. I just haven't laid eyes on them yet. So hoping they get up out of their beds and start cruising this morning. It's really, really cool. It's about 35, 36 degrees. So should get them up and should get them moving, maybe pushing those does past me. So stay with me, we'll see what happens. That's my first buck in the morning. Yesterday, I hunted this, and it was too windy, so I got out. And also the wind was wrong, so I trimmed some lanes. Anyway, I shinnied up this tree down there because it had a bunch of branches. And I've been using the Tinks hot shot, the estrus, no estrus, and I've been spraying it on my boots. Anyway, I swear that he smelled all that rubbed off my boots onto that tree as I was shinning up that tree. And that's the reason why I came in. That's pretty cool. I've never had that happen before. That buck there's bedded down. I'm not sure if he's a shooter or not. He looks nice. He looks like he has a kicker off of one of his G2s. about 150, 200 yards away. That's a real nice one. Just need him to come all the way in. It looks like he's hurt or something. It's a nice buck. I had to switch batteries in my camera. My battery's down about 5 minutes and he's been feeding there forever. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't hear him crash, but I think I made a good shot right there. Seen blood fly out the backside. There was so much emotion bound up inside of you as the deer's coming in. This buck this morning. Give me a second, folks. Give me a second. Bowhunt or die. I'm about to pass out. I know you guys are laughing, but wow! If I ever lose this feeling of shooting big bucks and the adrenaline that I'm getting from it, I don't know what I'll do. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I've been hunting so hard, passed up so many deer, good 130s, 125s, great encounters, one after the other. I passed up an 8-point. Actually, it came out on the show. Passed up an 8-point about 600 yards from here, opening weekend, and I was all shook up over him. And this big buck came in, worked his way down the ridge, eating acorns. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. Man, I am a big fixed blade broadhead shooter. Love shooting them. Shot my good buck last year with it clean past their blood everywhere. But you know, the Bowhunting.com team has been using these. Oh man, I'm shaking so bad. They've been using the kill zones and the kill zone max, and just some of the blood trails are ridiculous, and some of the blood just pouring out of the deer eyes just running off is ridiculous. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. So that's what I shot him with, and I'm hoping that it just did the trick. Like I said, it looked like just blood just blew out the backside.
I'm gonna go back and get my girlfriend, maybe with my nephew Brantley, and we're gonna come back and track him, get our hands on that big boy. Bowhunt or die, guys. Bowhunt or die. That's what I'm talking about. November 7th, these bucks are on their feet. Alright guys, so we just got down here on the four-wheeler. One thing nice about self-filming or filming is that once you're done shooting your deer, you go back, review the footage, and get the people that you want to take, that want to go along to recover your deer. And so it gives the deer plenty of time. So we shot the deer at about 8 o'clock, and it laid about 2.5 hours, which I think it was a dead deer walking. Don't you, Brantley? He says, I don't know. Anyway, this will be his first deer tracking job, so let's go. We're gonna get up on the hill and we'll pick up the blood trail. You can see right here where the deer was standing at my tree stand about, it wasn't even a 25-yard shot. And right here, we're gonna look for our arrow. I don't know if we got a pass through or not, but there's blood right here behind this deer. And it looked like when I shot, I could see just blood just blast out the back. So he should be laying really, really close. Let's get on the blood trail. You can see this. It's just coated. He took a circle down and we cut the blood trail down there. But I see him laying right there. You can see his butt. You wanna go, you see the deer? Come on. Let's go take a look at him. Holy cow. Oh, he is stiff. Come here, Brad. Come on. Well, guys, this is a successful hunt here in southeastern Ohio this morning. We got Brantley on his first deer hunt. He's not 100% sure what to think of this big boy. But I tell you what, I believe this is the biggest buck to date for me. So I am thoroughly pleased, and oh my gosh, I can't believe it turned out, worked out this morning. He just walked down that ridge and presented a 20-some yard shot. And between the Carbon Express and you know, and the Matthews and everything, it worked out perfect. Made a good shot. He went maybe 75, 80 yards and just piled up on this downhill slide. So man, I couldn't be happier. Tagged out here in Ohio. We get one buck here in Ohio, so tagged out with him. We get one more doe, so maybe I'll go after her the rest of the season. Maybe get Delisa a deer too. So tell you what, thank the good Lord. Thanks to everybody that helped this work out for me, and hope you guys enjoyed this hunt. Stay tuned for more exciting action. Bowhunt or die, guys.
Well, I don't know if you guys caught it, but I thought the coolest thing of that hunt is when that arrow hits that deer. At first I thought it was hair flying up, because that's what we typically see, but it's actually a puff of steam, of breath coming out of that deer's lungs as that arrow passes through it, which I just think is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Well, and with that being said, I love Paul. I mean, what an awesome hunt. I mean, if you can't get sucked into that episode and just, I mean, I feel like I'm in the tree with Paul. I just feel like he is pumped. I mean, what an awesome hunt. I mean,
well, great hunt and a lot of emotion, which I think is what makes it enjoyable for a lot of us to hunt. You know, some of the people here in our office, because obviously we run a web development and IT consulting company, they're not hunters like Todd and I are. So we're sitting here watching the footage, and they're watching Paul, and he's shaking, right? And everyone's like, is he cold? And it's like, well, yeah, it is cold, but I mean, that's just the adrenaline, coming off of that adrenaline high that you get, and you just get those shakes, and man, that's what we live for. That right there is what bow hunting truly is all about.
He's got his little nephew out there, his girlfriend's, doing the filming. I mean, just an A+ job. Awesome looking buck. I mean, if that's not a dream, if that's not a dream buck, I don't know what is, because that deer is awesome.
Yeah, he's just got that big, tall frame, which is really cool. So, congratulations to Paul. Another great hunt from him over in Ohio. Next up, we're gonna join me in a tree for the last month.
Oh man.
I have a lot of really great encounters. Unfortunately, they don't always end the way that I'd like them to, but let's check in on my season now. All right, guys, it's the day before Halloween. I got my costume on. As you can see, rocking the Todd Graff yellow glasses for tonight. Makes the whole world more vibrant and colorful. Hopefully brings big bucks in. I'm gonna bring my buddy Dinky Tunes with me, my decoy.
Well guys, that's the hazard of using a decoy in a food plot. Those does usually come out first, and when they see that thing, they generally blow at it and take off the other way, so.
Did have a real nice buck just cruise in front of me a couple minutes ago. I'm not sure if he's a 2 or a 3-year-old. Decent 8-pointer that just started showing up on my camera here recently. Not a deer I'm looking to shoot, so I let him pass. Do you ever wonder how it's possible on November 7th with a high temperature of 40 degrees, overcast, that you could be sitting in a tree stand and not see a deer? Sitting up here, I'm actually cutting this knob in the tree behind me because it's digging into my back. I looked up, I seen a little 10-pointer cruising in the woods over there. Just a 2-year-old, same one I saw this morning. And then he comes running out chasing a doe. By the time I turn the camera on, they're gone. Or I should say he's gone. And a bigger buck ran in, a nice 9-pointer. I've been calling him Garth for whatever reason. He's an 8-pointer with a nice crab claw, probably about 130-inch deer. I'm definitely gonna try to shoot him if I can, but he was at like 56 yards with that doe out there, standing there. I thought maybe they were gonna come into the food plot, but they ended up going down the hill and out where that little buck went to. So, man, I tell you what, November 8th, the deer are definitely on their feet. He was grunting when he came in. I just didn't have the camera on and ready to go. It happened so fast.
second time this year, but I passed that 3-year-old deer that we call Fergie. It's the exact movement that I'm looking for. Came right through, and I had him at 20 yards multiple times. I could have stopped him at any point and shot him, but gosh, he's just right at that 125 mark. I mean, it's just a little bit too close for comfort. It's a beautiful looking deer. Man, he's all over this top, but believe me, I thought about it. I thought about it, but I just had a big buck do exactly what I want him to do, which is come scent check this valley. Just didn't take the right trail. He came down, man, both, I saw doe and now STD buck, and they both came down off the top of this hill. I mean, there's only 120 yards between me and the cut beans, but he came right down off the top, walking literally straight into the wind. Came down this valley. I grunted, I bleated. He kind of looked, but he wasn't interested. Went straight down into the valley and then cut up, actually kind of towards the other stand that I was thinking about hunting this morning. But on an east-southeast, that wind is blowing straight into this valley, and he would have smelled me if, in fact, that's where he's going. But he's a giant. That deer is a giant. It's the second time I've seen him this season. I saw him once last year as well. Just can't get the deal done on him, but he's a big buck.
All right, well, guys, it's, I don't know, Joey, what today is it? It's November 14th, I want to say. It's Friday, and I'm actually looking after the kiddos tonight because my wife's out with a couple of her friends and washing some clothes and packing up the truck, getting ready to head out to the lease tomorrow morning. Should be a good weekend, man. We got a front moving in. We got some cold, a lot of cold, and we got some snow coming in. So, man, I'm hoping tomorrow's really going to be the day. The bucks are definitely still moving. So, to get me in the mood, me and my little man here are watching some bow hunter die. Right, Joey? You say bow hunter die?
Bow hunter die.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
That was a pretty cool buck we just saw. He's a giant 2-year-old. Been getting pictures of him since the summer. It's the first time I've seen him. You know, if you're just going after deer based on antler size, he'd be a shooter. He's probably 130s anyways, but he's only a 2-year-old. He's got the potential to be an absolute mega giant. Even next year, he'll probably be well in the 150s. But, just not the deer I'm looking for this morning, so I didn't bother calling to him or anything. Well, if that's not frustrating, I don't know what is. It's the second time I've had that buck in on me in bow range and I haven't been able to kill him. I don't know how much footage, if any, I got. He was coming from behind me to my left, and the camera arm wrapped around me. He was coming right down that trail. So I pointed the camera arm. He was moving pretty good, grunting. So I pointed the camera arm where I thought he was going to come down that trail. I was going to stop him when he got in frame. I came to full draw. He needed to take about 5 more yards. And he turned, literally came right at me, came underneath the cedar that I'm in, went back into the cedars behind me. I couldn't shoot, couldn't film. Oh man, unreal. I'm sure that's the buck I heard snort wheezing back there this morning. I heard a couple grunts. So I gave out a couple grunts of my own, and sure enough, 5 minutes later he came trotting in. I'm sure that's the buck I heard snort wheezing back there this morning. I heard a couple grunts. So I gave out a couple grunts of my own, and sure enough, 5 minutes later he came trotting in. Alright, well guys, it's about 2:30. We just got set up in the stand. As you can see right over my shoulder, we've got a food plot. There's a bunch of Heartland Wildlife brassicas planted right along this edge. We've got standing beans and corn behind it. There's trails and tracks and beds literally all over the place. We got a light snow falling. It looks like it's going to be a good afternoon, November 19th. A couple days before gun season comes in here in Illinois, so hoping to make something happen. Stick with us. I'm sure we're going to see some deer. Hopefully a couple good ones show up tonight. I don't know how much closer I can get countless times again and again and not be able to put one of these deer down. You know that last hunt where you and I are out, this buck comes in at last light. Why he didn't just walk the trail that all the other deer walk is just beyond me. It seems to be that's what the bucks are doing. He comes out, you know, and sure enough, he wins us, and that was the end of that.
You know, I mean, of course you saw a couple episodes ago where Justin absolutely positively didn't want anything to do with going hunting with me.
Here we go again.
I'm not going far with this now, but I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, from the moment me and you got in the tree that evening, I mean, it was just the perfect day. I mean, it was a little windy, but I mean, there were deer on top of us from the moment we got in the tree. I thought for sure when that buck showed up, Justin, you were going to be able to smoke him, but you know, oh my gosh.
I mean, I had one opportunity where it was one of those deals where I probably could have squeaked an arrow through there, but you know, it's just not worth it. You know, we were kind of running out of light. I wasn't 100% sure, you know, of what branches were in the way. It looked clear to me, but man, I tell you, those low light situations is when those little twigs really just hide on you, and that's what, you know, disaster can happen.
Right.
I was waiting for him to come out to that field. He never quite made it. And, you know, it's kind of, I guess, been the story of my season. I just had a lot of close encounters. As you guys saw, I passed a couple of pretty good deer that, you know, in years past I probably would have shot. But, you know, at this point, I feel like where I'm at in my journey of hunting in my life, I got a bunch of those deer on my wall at this point. And it's just not the caliber of animal that I'm looking to shoot. Right. There's plenty of other guys out there that would be more than happy to shoot that deer, and that was me at one point in my life, but you know, I'm trying to get something a little bit bigger. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we still got about a month and a half of season left. I may still be able to get one kill.
And this is not scripted, guys. Now, this is not 3 years of scripting Justin's
yeah, we didn't sit back 3 years and go and say, you're not going to shoot one for 3 years, right? And then when you do, it's going to be awesome.
This huge grand finale. No. That's definitely not the case here. I mean, Justin, I mean, anybody who watches this, you know, there's plenty of people out there who, you know, who are having the same type of luck that you're having, and I mean, who definitely can relate to it. But you know what? It just makes that moment even better when it happens. And you know what, guys? Let's face it. It's hunting. At some point, you know that moment's going to come, and it's going to be a big moment. So that's where I'm leaving it right there.
Let's hope so. So that's all the hunting footage we got for this week. You know, we got a couple more bucks coming up in the next few episodes, a couple really good hunts. Oh, yeah. But for right now, we're going to show you guys some of the trophy photos that were sent in for this week's show.
Daniel Baker.
Jason Hohenberger.
Paul Ackerman.
Travis Blinkowitz.
Congratulations, everyone. Those are a lot better deer than Justin's got this year already. So if you'd like to see yourself right here on another episode of Bowhunt or Die, either email us at info@bowhunting.com, or of course you can upload it to our Facebook page.
And be on the lookout for Todd's new podcast, because he's a comedian now. He's going to have his own show where he just does jokes about me all the time. But, well, guys, that's all we got for this week's show. As we said earlier, we hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We hope you guys got some great time with your family. Hopefully you got to sneak out for a hunt maybe once or twice. This upcoming weekend, Todd,
hey,
what are we looking at here?
Well, I know there's cold weather moving in still.
Yep.
There's snow on the ground in a lot of areas. I know at least in Wisconsin and Illinois, that's pretty much the two states that I'm paying attention to. But you know what? I mean, there still could be some late rut activity. Don't ever give up on that. Now the deer will start bunching back together a little bit, find those food sources, and hang in there. It's not over yet.
It certainly is not over yet. So if you guys haven't filled your tag, get out in a tree stand, and you never know, late season could bring some good success. So we'll see you guys next week right here on Bowhunt or Die. We'll have some more great bow hunting action for you.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook.
Dinky team. The Dinkster.
To see yourself right here on an episode, please take the time to send in your photos to info@bowhunting.com or congratulations everyone, those are a lot better deer than Justin's got this year already.